So was there election fraud in 2020 or not? We are unpacking Trump's speech last night. Iran claims they killed U.S. troops in Syria. The rapper Designer has new domestic violence allegations. There's a lot going on, so we are so glad you could join us for Hot 97 News. The news is news, and it is Friday. We finally made it to the end of the week. People, settle in live as you start your weekend, and let us tell you what happened today. It is Friday, July 17th. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Ronzo with 2 N's.
What's happening?
And Million.
Keep it a millie.
Okay, so the first thing we actually have got to talk about is the fact that Lindsey Graham's sister, Darlene Graham, is considering actually running for his seat.
Oh, wow. I thought. Okay, so they can do this.
Okay, that's literally what I thought.
So they can do this. All right.
You know what? Let me tell you this. If this lady wins, if you guys really elect her in South Carolina, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. Because this makes no sense. So she actually got the endorsement from President Donald Trump today to run for a full term in the U.S. Senate. Of course, Lindsey Graham, her brother, recently died of a heart issue. And he posted on True Social today, in part, I asked Darlene, for the good of our nation, to run for the U.S. Senate in the special Republican primary on Tuesday, August 11th. I hope Darlene does this, in that there would be nobody better to honor the legacy of her beloved brother, Lindsey. Darlene, who comes from an absolutely incredible family, has been a winner all of her life. And should she accept, has my complete and total endorsement in the special election for U.S. Senate in South Carolina. She will never let you down. Run, Darlene, run.
You know what? I'm not surprised by this, and the only reason why I say that is because when I seen that Donald Trump had appointed McMahon's wife, the WWE,
Linda McMahon for education.
Linda McMahon for the education department head. It's like, goodness gracious, there's no limit to who can be in office.
Anybody can be in office these days.
Anybody.
You don't need a lick of experience these days. And that's what's so bothersome to me, because I'm literally thinking that this is all about having his staff run things. You're literally telling us to our faces this woman is a figurehead. She has no clue what she's doing. She has no experience. And the people who are already running things on behalf of Lindsey Graham are just going to be making the decisions. You're not voting for those people. You're voting for her. And I'm sitting here thinking, if I had an attack ad against her, it would literally just say all that. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So part of the reason why I think this may have made sense is because of money, but that doesn't check out either. So Lindsey Graham apparently had millions of dollars in his campaign account, but she can't take that money over just because she's his sister. So she can get like $2,000 directly from that, but basically her campaign would legally be treated as a completely separate entity. So all that money would kind of get kicked back to the Republican Party's Senate campaign committee, and then that committee can then give her as much money because it's for Lindsey and can support her in that way. And I'm just like, this is insane.
Did they not have another option?
They had multiple people. Even Nancy Mace, who's a congressman, said like, oh, hey, like I'm interested in it. And then everybody came out in support for his sister, Darlene, and everybody's backed off and said, okay, let's let her do it, until we have the real election for the real seat. And I don't know what's happening here.
If this is not the definition of I'm a puppet, then I don't know what is. That's literally the definition of, hey, for lack of better words, I'm going to stick my hand up your butt and literally move my hand around like this, and I'm going to talk for you. Just say what I'm saying, do what I'm doing, and everything's going to be fine. People are going to look at you as a great lady. You're going to be amazing. You're going to be great. As long as you let me control what you say and what you do, everything is good. That's wild.
Literally.
Now, are we being pessimistic, though? Because it is kind of interesting to see that anybody can be in a position of power, no matter what you have, what backgrounds you have. You could even be a criminal. Donald Trump was a criminal at one point, and he became the president. Like this, maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. Maybe we got to be looking at it the glass half full.
Her time leading the Commission for the Blind is just not a joke, because it's not funny, but if that's what it takes to become a senator, you see what Lindsey Graham's running around here doing, what he was running around here doing, going to Ukraine, going to Gaza, going to Israel, going to all these different places. Now, Darlene, who's just coming from the blind institution, is going to be on his level. Like, she literally is not as clued in from where I sit. What do I know? Maybe she will come out and surprise us and have just all types of knowledge and all types of policy that she wants to enact, but just to elect somebody in honor of someone else, that's insane.
Yeah.
This person is making votes on things that's affecting the whole entire country. It is very weird. It is very weird.
Yeah, I don't get that. But anyway, we have got to move on. It is time for your top stories.
It's the Lionel Rundown.
All right, let's talk about Trump, man. Trump gave his big, shocking speech to the country last night, and as promised, it mostly focused on voter fraud and trying to convince everybody that our elections are not secure, okay? So America's election system, apparently, according to him, is dangerously vulnerable to hacking, cheating, and foreign interference. A lot of you may not have seen what he said exactly because some broadcast networks straight up decided not to air it, at least on their channels. ABC, NBC, and CNN did not show it at all on their main channels. CBS showed it for like 19, 20 minutes, give or take, and then immediately started fact-checking him. And MS Now, which used to be MSNBC, covered part of it and then did an analysis. So you could really only watch it on conservative networks in full, like Fox News and Newsmax. So in case you missed it, Trump pointed the finger directly at the People's Republic of China, aka Communist China. He said China got information on about 220 million American voters, including their names and their addresses and their phone numbers and their party preferences, that they used voter information to influence Americans against him, hurt his 2020 campaign, and tried to help prevent him from getting reelected. He said that China tried to make fake ballots marked for Joe Biden and that our own intelligence officials got raw intelligence, like a tip that was raw intelligence about that plot and buried it, hid it from him, didn't put it in his presidential briefings, hid it from Congress, hid it from the public. And he said the people who deliberately covered up the election security problems needed to be investigated and fired. He also said Homeland Security found out there were about 278,000 non-citizens registered to vote, but that the actual number is probably a lot higher because some states wouldn't cop up their voter files. He also pointed out a voter registration incident, tried to give some specifics, that it happened in Michigan, where workers admitted to forging applications and registering people who didn't exist because they were getting paid based on how many applications were submitted. He also claimed the voter rolls had large numbers of dead people, large numbers of ineligible voters otherwise, and he said that Venezuela developed ways to secretly manipulate the electronic vote totals and that it proves that voting machines can be rigged. He said all those networks that did not broadcast his address were just helping hide the election fraud and felt their broadcasting licenses should be revoked. So we are going to unpack all of this, but first and foremost, Chinese officials came out of the woodwork saying, hey, wait a minute. These accusations are groundless. Of course they're going to say this. We have no interest in interfering in U.S. elections and never have, they said. In fact, they said Trump's allegations were completely made up and just intended to smear China. And China said, matter of fact, you might want to look at the U.S. They claim the U.S. routinely interferes in other countries and steals their data. All that's above my pay grade. I'm just telling you the news. But I will say some of what he said, in my opinion, was basically BS, all bark, no bite, but some of it did have merit. So yes, let's unpack this. For the BS part, the number one thing everybody noticed is what he did not give is evidence, concrete evidence. People noted that even calling China out for the voter data breach is kind of misleading because that was public data. Even the tip about Biden's ballots was raw intelligence, aka an unverified initial report. Just like there are raw, unverified initial reports about people in the Epstein files. Wild accusations that were said to be unverified, didn't prove any wrongdoing because it was just a raw, unverified initial report. Yeah, so I also kind of looked into that 278,000 non-citizens that DHS says registered. Technically, that's less than 1% of registered voters, like 0.13%. Ideally, the number would be zero non-citizens voting, but it really is a small amount and doesn't actually prove that they voted, just that they were registered. I even looked into that Michigan case that Trump said he wants to reopen. Technically, nobody ever proved those fake people voted. Really, the people who put in those applications kind of just scammed that system. But overall, people peeped that all the documents he dropped does prove that our election system has vulnerabilities and foreign countries are collecting voter information, but it did not concretely prove that any of them successfully changed the vote totals. In fact, one official was asked afterwards, his name is John Solomon, he was asked by reporters point blank after Trump's speech, do you know of proof of foreign interference in that meaningful way? Here's what he said.
Did you acknowledge that there were no votes changed in 2020?
All I can acknowledge is what the intelligence shows, right? I only know the intelligence community has zero evidence that someone has flipped, that a foreign power flipped a vote in 2020, 22, or 24.
And you have you're able to acknowledge
We're not through all the documents.
You're able to acknowledge that Venezuela has not tampered with voting machines in the United States?
No, the intelligence is very clear. They did it on their own machines. Why is it important that they did it on their machines? Their machine protocols are the same as America. Why? Because for a long time they did exactly.
And so the 2020 election was in fact the results as we, the American public.
I'm still researching, so let me. This is the first.
But there's no intelligence.
Not yet.
He's got to go.
There is no intelligence that the election would have said
they were out of there.
Said that tonight.
Just what Trump said is kind of how he ends that thing. So, that's kind of the BS part, in my opinion. Here's where there's merit in what Trump said and what people who are concerned about voter fraud point out. If a country knows how you're registered and where you live and information about you, as he alleged China knew, they can technically flood your timeline with videos that may influence the way you think. Suddenly you're inundated with Trump sucks videos because maybe they targeted you to impact the way you think. There's no evidence of that, but it is technically possible. In fact, if you watch that documentary called The Great Hack, it talks about how Cambridge Analytica took millions of people's of Facebook data, matched it with voter records, built personality profiles on them, and then sent just highly targeted political ads to them. Basically figured out what they were afraid of and what they cared about or what they could be persuaded by and just sent them a customized political message or attack ad. So suddenly, you're a Democrat making low wages whose kid was killed by a drunk driver. The attack ad is showing that Democrat candidate binge drinking on yachts every weekend and killed someone drunk driving as a teen, maybe. Didn't even have to be true information, but you would just be inundated with it. Similar to kind of what happened to Thomas Massey in Kentucky, that fake AI video showing him holding hands with Democrats. It wasn't real, but it worked. So there is something to be said for the fact that that can be done by a foreign entity. He's not entirely crazy being worried about influence operations. One thing I did not understand fully is the Venezuela claim. You even kind of heard that official mention it. I was just thinking, what could Venezuela possibly have to do with any of this? And this is a lot of what MAGA is concerned about. So I did some digging today to understand what was up with that. I think that we all should understand kind of the concerns of the country and of the other side, if that's not your side. And the answer to the Venezuela question is thick, boy. Thick with 6 C's, but it's Friday, so I felt like we could go down a little rabbit hole. So you got to follow me. It's going to explain a lot. Some of y'all just might want to get some water, go to the bathroom, because it is a lot. Will's going to help me make some sense of all this. But Venezuela has been accused of rigging their elections in favor of Maduro.
We're not telling the
U.S.
president.
U.S. intelligence claims Venezuela had machines designed to secretly flip votes. And the U.S. may have some Venezuelan voting technology here. So the lore has to do with a company called Smartmatic. Smartmatic supplied voting technology in Venezuela. It was founded and mostly owned by Venezuelans and later bought a voting system company that operated in the U.S. Well, you can move that on. It's called Sequoia. So at that point, new electronic voting equipment was introduced to the American market. You can go to the next one. Following along this little graphic here. So if you boil all that down, here we are with this Venezuelan company with voting equipment in Venezuela and the U.S. at this point. Sketchy. So back in 2006, the U.S. said, fat chance are you guys keeping this going? This is basically a national security concern. And the U.S. pressured Smartmatic until they sold Sequoia's U.S. voting system to a U.S. company. Great. The problem was some U.S. counties still had the voting systems that the Venezuelan company Smartmatic brought in. And the concern was that those employees might have deep technical knowledge of our election technology, how it works, and where the flaws might be. There's no proof they've done anything wrong, but that was just a concern. And since there were allegations that Venezuela had been working to manipulate electronic elections and secretly flip votes in a way that was designed to go completely undetected, there's an element of people who wonder, if foreign adversaries know how to manipulate our systems too. Sequoia was later bought by Dominion. You may remember that name. Dominion was later accused of flipping Trump votes to Biden and hiding the changes. Fox News went on and on about that for weeks after the 2020 election, and they got sued because Dominion said that was false. But this is where a big chunk of the conspiracy came from and why Trump wants to crack down on election security. Maybe you think all this is nonsense. Maybe you think there's something to this. But if you take anything away, it should be that the government has not shown concrete proof of any wrongdoing. It's a question mark. But for MAGA, that is a big question mark. Can they possibly do it? Just because we don't have proof doesn't mean that it's not happening, and they want investigations to be sure. As far as a crackdown announced today, the DHS Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen said anybody who votes illegally in the midterms will be hunted down, found, and prosecuted. So there's that. Moving on to your war report. So the U.S. finally did it. They bombed multiple bridges in Iran. The U.S. reportedly hit at least 5 bridges. These weren't random bridges across the whole country like Trump had been threatening, but they were basically transport points surrounding a major port city in Iran that basically sits beside the Strait of Hormuz. It's called Bandar Abbas, and it's extremely important to Iran. It's where Iran's largest commercial port is. It's where a major naval base is. It's where IRGC facilities are. So they want to make it harder for Iran to move supplies there. So the U.S. essentially said, okay, we're not just attacking military sites and boats anymore. This is going to prevent you guys from even getting to this city quickly. So that's what they did there. And there were other roads out there, of course, that connect back to that capital. So it's not like they just isolated everybody on an island, but it's going to be a lot longer for them to get there. And multiple people were actually killed in those bridge strikes. Now, the wider attack also hit an airport, the Bandar Abbas railway junction, which handles both freight and passenger trains. So that sucked for them. It hit a large tower at a port where CENTCOM says Iran uses that to watch ships at sea and follow their movement and identify which ones to attack. So they're, again, really going for anything that they can use to bungle up the Strait of Hormuz. And then the strikes also hit electrical equipment around southern Iran. And Iran actually acknowledged this time that they definitely did take a power infrastructure hit, and they started asking people not to use their AC during peak hours. Mind you, the feels like temperature in that area is between 100 and 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is a big ask, but it's the only way to keep their system from being stressed so hard it just straight up fails. Meanwhile, Iran started saying, yeah, well, you know what? We hit a U.S. Special Operations Command Center in Syria. They said it was a surprise attack in revenge. What's up, guys? Said it was a surprise attack in revenge for the soldiers that the U.S. just killed in recent strikes, and that they killed a lot of U.S. troops, captured other troops, and destroyed a radar system and multiple U.S. helicopters. They gave no evidence of this, and CENTCOM straight up said, no, they didn't. In fact, U.S. troops reportedly already left that area back in February, so they shouldn't have had anybody there to begin with. But a Syrian official came out and said, well, Iran did launch something over here, but it didn't hit the base. Nobody died. No one was injured, and it didn't cause property damage. Again, none of their strikes ever caused property damage. It's crazy. As far as the Strait of Hormuz goes, both sides still say they control the strait. And the U.S. just dropped this video of troops boarding a ship in the Gulf of Oman. It was reportedly a verification boarding. The Marines were checking their identity and their flag and their paperwork and their cargo, of course, basically to see if it was violating the U.S. blockade on ships to and from Iran. Again, they're not letting ships go to or from Iran right now. But some reports claimed it was carrying oil, and it changed its name and flag while the U.S. was pursuing it, and they got it anyway. Now, of course, Pete Hegseth then drops an expose gloating about it all. It's like, yeah, Iran does not control the SOH, the Strait of Hormuz. So I was like, all right, was this for show? Probably, but it also does show the world that the blockade is being enforced and ships can't just ignore it. It also sends a message to Iran without having to blow a hole in the engine. But as far as who controls the strait, there are still very few ships moving through the Strait of Hormuz. Ships don't want to F around and find out with Iran either. Before the war, 130 ships crossed the strait every day. The past few days, it's been like 13 or less. So I don't know what to tell you. Now, as far as that backup route countries use to move oil, we told you about the Bab el-Mandeb Strait that's by Yemen and Saudi Arabia. Iran reportedly told Yemen's Houthis to prepare to shut down shipping through that Bab el-Mandeb Strait if the United States attacked Iran's power system, which the United States just did. So some reports say the Houthi forces were ready and waiting for that order, that there were IRGC reps in Yemen, and they're expected to decide when to begin bungling up that strait. From what I've seen, that order has not been given yet. But they're saying this thing might escalate further. I don't know, but we will see what happens over the weekend. And finally for you, let me tell you how Todd Blanche's confirmation hearing ended this week. There was a scandalous accusation. There's a former employee who came out and said the Senate does not need to give this man this job. Her name is Elizabeth Oyer. She said that 2 days after Blanche was confirmed as Deputy Attorney General, he fired her from her position at the department's career pardon attorney. And she claims it's because she didn't sign off on a political favor for one of Trump's friends. Listen to this.
Mr. Blanche's office had asked me to recommend restoring the gun ownership rights of a convicted domestic abuser. I raised concerns about public safety, but Mr. Blanche's staff pressured me to go along anyway. I did not, because this particular domestic abuser had a personal relationship with the president. Mr. Blanche's staff asked me to set aside my concerns. When I wouldn't, Mr. Blanche fired me within hours. He then took extraordinary measures to silence me. He sent U.S. Marshals to my home in an effort to prevent me from speaking with members of Congress.
So those allegations that she's talking about, that's Mel Gibson. So remember that allegations were that Mel Gibson hit his girlfriend while she held their baby, damaged her teeth, threatened her with a gun. So Gibson's actual plea was to like a misdemeanor battery, but she said the allegations were so bad it needed careful vetting and she wasn't just going to put her signature on it. She also said she really didn't even need to legally approve that the Attorney General could have just restored Mel Gibson's gun rights on his own, but she feels like officials wanted her signature because it would make that decision look like it was approved by an independent career expert. Whatever. The point is, Todd Blanche got up there and said none of that was really true, that she wasn't fired because she didn't let Mel Gibson have his gun rights back, but that she just basically made terrible decisions near the end of the Biden administration, inconsistent with Trump's authority and policies. So it was a firing based on her record. Oyer says, no, I have receipts that show that what he said is provably false, and blasted him for lying under oath. So we will see what happens. The Senate Judiciary Committee is going to vote on whether or not to advance his nomination, and that is expected to happen next week or by July 30th. So we will see what happens, and that is your rundown.
Yeah, the rundown.
Listen.
Back at war.
Yeah, back at war.
Back at war, man.
And we're blaming China now also. That we're blaming China for all these other things too. I'm so disappointed that I stayed up and stayed in the studio listening to that whole entire speech just to hear him talk about stuff that he's been talked about. He's always claimed that China was the ones behind it. And to hear that it's really just voter rolls information that everybody has access to, it's almost like, come on, DT, you really it's a stretch now.
I wish that he would have announced some crazy like arrest or like, you know, we got people going to the door of this person right now. Like that would have been crazy. But to just basically say what everybody already knew, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I will say before the first thing he said was transgender for everyone. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
So if you would have bet on that on Couchy, I told you he was going to say that.
Transgender for everyone. God dog it.
Because transgender was one of the words for Couchy. And I was like, well, he could say transgender for everyone. Remember I said that before? That's like one of the first things he said.
I wonder what the bets were on that. What else?
Bro,
what else?
It was one of the least like voted ones.
Man, if I would have put 100 on
so
that.
you would have put some. You would have got some money.
Would have got
Wow.
some money.
Yeah.
What? So did he say anything? Okay, so the voter fraud was like the biggest thing he talked about.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? Because I didn't watch it. Was there anything else that had of some substance to where it was like, oh, a bombshell? Oh my God.
A bombshell? Nah.
Nothing.
He said that the war in Iran is going to be concluding soon. Not concluding, but like, you know, basically finished. They're going to like do their thing and finish it out soon, which he's been saying for months. So, I mean, not really.
He could have tweeted that. He could have tweeted all it, put everything he just did on True Social.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean,
there's a lot of comments.
I don't know if you guys watched it or, I mean, because this debate over voter fraud, it's so contentious in our country because some people just think that the voting system is fine. It works as it's supposed to. And other people think it's a disaster and it's like wrought for fraud. And that's what Trump has kind of been trying to pedal basically like, yeah, it is. And I'm going to fix it. And so I thought he was going to say something crazy last night.
Man, we about to switch it all up. We about to flip it. We about to make the voters do this and that and that. Nothing.
Black people can't vote.
Yeah,
Something crazy.
So wild. So wild. So wild.
I was just disappointed because it's like, okay, so this happened in 2020. So sure, let's go along with what he said. This happened in 2020. China interfered in the elections. Come the next election, did China just like disappear? Did they just like learn their lesson? Did they just say, oh, okay, y'all, we learned our lesson from 2020.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna bother this election now. And then they also did the same thing. Are they doing the same thing now? That's my issue with this whole entire thing. Like, you can't just pick and choose what election you want to go after. If there's any interference, you should be involved in both of those things.
Because how do you win? Like Thomas Massey's been saying, how do you win every single election and then say there's election fraud that's rampant? I mean, I don't know. That's why I just wanted some actual concrete proof, because I get what MAGA is saying in that something could be shady. You know what I mean? If a foreign country made your home security system and they sold the company, but they still like knew how it worked and they still kind of knew the wiring, you'd be like, all right, am I really safe? Is this really secure? How do we know, for sure? I get it. I totally get it. But I'm waiting for the proof. Trump said he was going to give everybody proof, and I don't see anybody arrested. If they had actual concrete proof, somebody surely should be getting
in jail.
At least
Trouble.
I mean, something.
Slap on the I'd take a slap on the wrist at this point.
Because y'all took the reflection pool to people down before the voter fraud people.
And y'all fight. Y'all going hard for the vote.
So I don't know, man.
You just watched that Save America Act passed, and that's all this whole entire thing was. It was a ploy to try and get people on board with it, and nobody's having it, bruh. Nobody's buying it. I don't think anybody's buying
we'll
it.
see. We will see, because these declassified documents, they may have something that I didn't see in there. I didn't hear anybody say sweeping arrests. We've determined something shady happened and it was illegal and we're going to go get him. Otherwise, what are we talking about? So I guess they're going to keep investigating. So we'll let you know what happens. And we do have to go to a quick break.
Is hilarious. What's happening, chat? Welcome to Streaming University.
Stupid.
We didn't get chosen. Why, God?
Have you been watching any of Streaming University?
I watched some of the clips, man.
It's very interesting.
They're not as interesting as last year, though.
Last year went crazy.
Oh, it was 2 years ago. Or was it 2 years ago when he did Streamer U?
No, it was last year. He's been doing it every
year, right?
Every
This is the
year
second
so
one.
far. Yeah.
Last year was dope. I will say, man, I me personally could never stream, but I do.
We're streaming right now.
Yeah, but this is TV. We just so happen to be on YouTube.
Yeah, that's
streaming.
true. That's true.
But I couldn't sit in front of a camera and entertain like the way they do. I'm very much so an entertainer on stage. Like, I can entertain you in live all day long. I can entertain you live for hours. But being in front of a camera and just like being entertaining, I probably would give you a good 30 minutes.
Bro, we do it all the time though, bro.
Yeah, but it's easier when it's three people doing it. I can entertain
just
with
by yourself.
Oh yeah, man. That's
why they usually have a laptop though, or a computer that they're on. People are playing games. For somebody to just sit there and just stare at a camera and keep people's attention, that'll be interesting. That's something to see. That's something to see.
Rondell, you can run for Lindsey Graham's seat. Big negative on that one, big dog.
I mean, they're just handing it out at this point.
Let me explain something to you, big. They do not want me in office. Y'all remember that movie when they gave Bernie Mac, he became the president? That's me.
I don't remember that, actually.
That was Chris Rock that became president.
Chris Rock that became the president.
And he hired
his brother.
His brother, Bernie Mac.
Yeah,
man.
That is me. What is that, head of state, I think? That is me. They don't want me there. I'm wilding. I'm giving strippers health benefits, boy. What?
That's crazy.
What? We going crazy if I get president.
Tax breaks,
whole nine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The drug dealers might get a 401k. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
They do be helping the economy.
They help the economy, bro. We don't, yeah, man. They don't want me in office.
You wild, man.
They don't want me in office, bro. I had this country flipped upside down, boy.
It's really funny.
I had this country flipped upside down, boy. What? Super Duper C, the mayor of Hot Chat. Yep, that's true.
Welcome back to Hot 97 News, everybody. It is time for the Sound Off.
The Sound Off with Million and Rondell.
Yeah. Hey, quick shout out to Project Kang, man. Thanks for the $10 gift. Hey, look, Caitlin Clark is in the news. I'm not a Caitlin Clark fan, but I am a Caitlin Clark fan at the same time.
This is such a sorry picture. Why did y'all do that? That's so biased.
Yeah.
That is so biased.
That's messed up.
I didn't pick this. I didn't even look at that. Oh, man. So, look, Caitlin Clark is once again the center of major WNBA controversy, and the officiating debate only got louder after Wednesday night's game when she got fouled extra hard playing the Golden State Valkyries. So, here's the thing. Caitlin Clark has been getting beat up since she's been in the league. And it's not nothing new, but I think it's come to a point to where it is overwhelming beat up that the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver. Why did I forget his name that quick? Adam Silver had to step in and be like, yo, it's getting a little much now. And that's when the eyes started getting on it. So the question for today is Caitlin Clark, everything that she's got going on, is it targeted fouls on Caitlin Clark? Are they excessive? Or they will. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, it is excessive. I don't care if she is Caitlin Clark. It's a lot. Y'all are beating this girl up. And this has nothing to do with a white or black thing. It has all to do with a playing ball thing. Y'all are beating this girl up. Look, I understand the NBA, the longevity in the NBA is way longer than the longevity in football, okay? But y'all are treating her like a football player. Y'all are treating Caitlin Clark like a football player. This girl ain't but this big. She's small. So I don't understand why y'all feel the need to have to be. Okay, she proved herself in the league. Okay, I get it. When she came in as a rookie, y'all give her a couple pushes and this, that, and the third, and, bump her around, welcome her to the league. But she a vet. I ain't gonna say she a vet, but she's been in the league for a minute. So all this extra shoving her and pushing, I think it's a little too much at this point. Let her play the game. Y'all play the game. And if you can't beat her, then join her. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, Caitlin gonna get her get back at some point.
All right, like we talk about Caitlin Clark, I get it. She's getting hit on, she's getting beat on, or whatever people want to make it seem like. But at the end of the day, this is basketball, y'all. No, it's not football. It's not football. People aren't getting hit up and beat up on all the time. But the stars, they're constantly drawing fouls. I seen the last clip of the foul that has been going viral recently, and honestly, it looks like she did what a star does and drew a foul. And she didn't get it, and that's why there was a flip out. That's why she's tripping. I honestly think that she is being a little bit, how do I say, sensitive. I say sensitive because at the end of the day, if you're a star, everybody's been projecting that this girl is going to be the star, the face. If not, she already is the star or the face of the WNBA. This comes with the territory. You have to be able to go back and forth. You have to be able to take a couple of punches. You're the star. Now the people are going to make you earn it. She had a crazy propaganda run, media run coming into the WNBA. So of course people are going to kind of target her and want to try and humble her. It just comes with the territory.
But at what point do you stop getting targeted? Well, at what point do you stop getting humbled? I think Caitlin has proven herself that she can play ball in the WNBA. Can we agree on that? Can we agree? Can we agree? No, can we agree that she has proven herself she can hoop?
She can hoop.
Okay,
yeah,
she can hoop. She can hoop in the WNBA. So there should be no more like, let me try to foul you and make you and see if you make you get your worth or X, Y, Z. No, man. No, I think she has proven herself enough to where she doesn't need to be targeted anymore. Now, and I will say this, they didn't target, and there's people gonna kill me for this, they didn't target Angel Reese like this.
Interesting.
They didn't.
Interesting.
They didn't.
Okay, look. That's crazy.
They didn't?
I'm gonna come back to that.
Okay, come.
But I did hear. So there's stats right now. In the 20 games that she's been playing, she's drew about 40 something fouls, right? SGA 2025 to 2026, he had about 415 fouls. I mean, this is one of the faces of the NBA right here.
I get it.
I mean, he was projected to be the MVP. You know, SGA is somebody that is a star. You're going to get fouled. It just comes with you being a star. And for us to just look at her and then think she's different than SGA, that's kind of sexist.
No. And it's a difference between getting fouled and targeted fouls. I think that the fouls that Caitlin Clark gets are targeted. I don't think that they are.
Targeted.
They're not going.
Targeted.
Listen. They're not.
Targeted.
They're not going out of their way to foul SGA. SGA most of the time is flopping. Let's keep it a bean. But Caitlin Clark, they're going out of their way to foul Caitlin Clark. They're going. They're coming around screens, literally, elbow in the chest into Caitlin Clark. Like, bro, is that not a target?
Can we not play rough? Can we not?
Come on, bro.
Is that not putting a body? I mean, this is
the
NBA. You are on the highest level of women's basketball.
Totally get it.
This just comes with it.
No. I understand, man. But at some point, we have to call a spade and say these are targeted fouls. These are flagrant fouls. These are no longer. I'm in the WNBA fouls or welcome to the WA. Stop being soft. These are fouls that are targeted. I think Caitlin Clark, and I'm not even a Caitlin Clark fan like that, but I can tell when somebody's getting bullied on the court, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're a grown woman. Welcome to the NBA. You got to stand your own ground. But at some point, it does become a little much when it's like, dang, every game.
So Angel Reese has about 69 fouls currently.
That's
more than Caitlin Clark. But nobody's paying attention to Caitlin Clark.
And I'll tell you why.
And now I'm coming back to your point.
I'll tell you why.
And I hate to say it, it is because she is a white girl getting beat up by black girls.
I'll tell you.
No. This is the game.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. And I'm a fan of Angel Reese. And I'll tell you why. Angel Reese goes and gets her fouls. She's not getting flagrantly fouled. She's not getting targeted in the foul.
How many caveats are we going to add
What's
to
up,
this?
Dog?
We're adding too many caveats. Man up. Man up!
You can't,
Caitlin. Man up!
I get what you're saying.
Woman up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to woman up. You can't man up. But I understand. I hear what you're saying, though, Mill, and I'm not discrediting what you're saying by any means. But what I am saying is that at some point you got to take out the game of basketball and take into consideration, like, yo, are we playing basketball, or are we just out here just wanting to hurt me?
I don't want to hear that, bro. Everybody wants to sympathize when a white girl gets hit. Goodness gracious, a little white girl got hit. We look at Angel Reese, 69 fouls. She's getting beat up out there also.
But Angel Reese is going to the hoop.
It is what it is.
Angel Reese is going.
What it is.
Angel Reese is going to the rack. She's a guard. Angel Reese is going to the rack. She's down at the block. She is going getting rebounds. Of course she's going to get beat up. Caitlin Clark is a 3 guard. She is a shooter. She shouldn't be getting fouled like that, bruh.
Womp womp.
That's crazy,
womp,
dog.
Womp. Go cry at home, or leave the WNBA. I hate to say it.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Jesus.
I'm on your side, Caitlin Clark, and I'm not even a fan of yours, but I am on your side. Cause that's crazy. They shouldn't be beating you up out there like that, man. They just, I mean, if you can hoop, you can hoop. Don't, you know what I'm saying? If you can't beat her, then you know what I'm saying, get out the way. For real.
Well, you know what? Let's y'all got my blood pressure up.
My bad. We do. we tend to do that every time.
But good debate, and we do have some fun stories to kind of bring it back down because it's Friday. So we want to give you some chill, fun stories, just take it to the weekend. So first and foremost, did you hear that there's a school in New York that apparently just revealed a lifelike humanoid teacher that they say might be in classes pretty soon?
Okay, now before I'll ask y'all after this. So yes, a Western New York school is about to introduce a humanoid robot named Sally. Could have gave her any other name.
I don't like that.
Yeah, gave her Sally.
Oh wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah, that's Sally. Into the classroom, but before everybody starts screaming that the robots are replacing teachers, this is not exactly what is happening. So, Salmonac High School paid nearly $58,000 for Sally. Y'all didn't hear me. I think y'all missed it.
$58,000.
Y'all heard what I said, right?
This is the school system paying $58,000
to
the robot.
Yep, but
thank you. And an AI tutoring program called Optio. Sally will have silicone skin, long brown hair, facial expressions, and upper body movement, but she will stay seated. All right. She is not roaming the hallways, writing students up, or being late, or breaking up fights in the cafeteria. She will be sitting at a desk. The program is starting small with high school students taking AI, robotics, and STEM classes. A real teacher will still run the room while Sally helps explain. So she's almost like a pro.
So she's going to be getting paid $58K while there's also a teacher in the room?
Hello, y'all are listening now. Ding, 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 ding. So she will also answer curriculum questions and give students personalized tutoring. They can also use as an avatar version for the laptops after school, upload pictures of homework, and receive help in more than 100 languages.
That's crazy. Now, I will say this, right? They're probably banking on the fact that, we don't have to necessarily keep paying her. This is just a one-time payment. But it is kind of crazy when you look at the stats. The average starting salary of somebody that's being a teacher in New York is around $51,000. So I mean,
okay, when you say $58K, are you saying they're gonna buy it for $58K?
Yeah, they're buying.
Oh,
the
I
robot.
thought you said
No,
like they were
Sally's
like
not
paying.
Sally's not gonna get
It's
paid.
like who's
See,
getting that money?
I mean, the company is, but I mean, my point of that saying that was they could have gave that $58,000 and split that up between more teachers, or
more pay for the
more, or
teachers.
got more teachers, or spend that $58,000 for books, or this, or a program, or this. So what I'm saying is that $58,000 could have been spent in other ways, in bringing in a humanoid robot to come pro, not even teach the class.
Yeah.
Just come help out.
But is it a one-time payment or
yeah,
So I was
that's
thinking
what
it's a
sounded
one-time
like. It's a
payment, then
then they don't have to pay again?
every year.
Yeah, but you got to pay that every year though.
Oh, you do?
$58K every year.
But I'm saying if they pay, no, it's not just, you don't pay $58,000 for like, you pay it this one time.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what you're saying. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. So it's, yeah, you don't have to pay it again. Yeah, it's done. I mean, you probably have to pay for like the upgrades and stuff like that, but who cares?
Boy, if you made me pay for an upgrade
Yeah.
every year, it's like my son. Oh yeah, you got to get the update.
So
nah.
here's a little bit more interesting. So privacy concerns. We're all thinking
Yeah.
about when AI and privacy. Students will use identification numbers instead of names.
What?
Wow.
And
I don't like this.
And the district says Sally will not have facial recognition.
Hello, 65495.
Little weird. Little weird.
Oh my God.
And will not. She will not record them and will not be connected to the open internet. So she only knows the material the school gives her. And when she does not know something, she is programmed to say, "I don't know."
All right.
What are you here for?
You know what's funny?
What?
Did you say that it has facial?
It has facial expressions. It can move only from its upper body, but it stays seated. Silicone skin.
But those facial. Can you show her again?
Long
it seems
brown
like it'd be
hair.
like.
Yeah, that's literally it. Hey, Miss Sally, I need some help.
Hello.
I got you.
You know what's crazy? The kids are probably going to find a way to vandalize that. She's probably going to end up getting
Facts.
like ridden on. She give it like 2-3 more years. She's probably going to have like her whole face just marked up on, because kids are going to be kids regardless. They
That's
going to
true.
vandalize. That's just how
Y'all
they get
know
down.
what they drew all over everything in high
Yeah.
school.
That's true.
Yeah.
Y'all
That's
remember?
true. That's
She's
You
true.
gonna
gonna
see
have
those
a
little
smack on her
S's?
forehead.
She gonna have that S that we.
That's
Oh,
not
yeah,
what
yeah,
I was
yeah.
back in
talking
the
about.
day.
But yeah.
Yes. yes. Yes.
You know what y'all used to draw all
Guys-
over every desk back in the day.
Why do we do that?
I literally never understood that.
I didn't really do it like
Yeah, you
that
did.
though. No,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
did.
Not that. That wasn't my stilo. That
Well,
wasn't my stilo.
I got one more thing though. So there's safety concerns too. Safety features is designed to alert administrators if students mention self-harm or dangerous subjects. Supporters say that they could give children access to tutoring their families may not be able to afford. Critics say that this is a struggling rural district spending almost, like I said, $60,000 for this. Stupid. I
Now-
think it's dumb.
Is it possible? Because there's private schools. I think it's called the Alpha School. It's like a private school that actually has a curriculum that's built on having AI teach the kids for like 2 hours. It's gonna teach them, like, it teaches them mathematics. It teaches them reading skills and things like that. And then after that, they just, like, after the 2 hours, they take them outside and, they have the teachers teach them like real world skills. Like, I think they said leadership skills,
Okay.
entrepreneurship skills, public speaking skills. So now I'm questioning, like, dang, does AI, because it teaches me a lot.
Yeah.
So is there a chance that AI is teaching our kids a little bit better, or would teach our kids a little bit better?
I don't know. You know what this does do though? It does lower the teachers having sex with kids though.
Oh God.
I was just
they're
going to
ro-
say patience.
Because they're robots.
That's where you went, huh?
There's a lot of it.
That's where his mind goes.
There's a lot of it. So if you replace the actual teachers with robots, no more sex with children.
Hold on. How do we know?
I can't.
I'm being honest.
My God.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm being honest. Y'all don't like to be honest on this show. I like being honest.
Goodness gracious.
I'm being honest. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll move on.
Yeah, we can't move on because we still want to stay on this robot track. Apparently, the world's first robot MMA fight event just went down, and this is what they're up to in China, man.
China's on another level.
In another what is it called?
Realm, zone, atmosphere. They're on another
we're
planet.
in the century. They're in another century.
Boy, so China has officially launched what is being billed as the world's first commercial fighting league for full-size humanoid robots. And this is not two little machines rolling around like BattleBots. No, these things are 5'8", shaped like people and throwing punches. Check this out.
Woo! That was a
Look at this man
drop kick.
Boom.
Is that a glow dance?
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Oh, that is so tough, though, bruh.
This is BattleBots.
Don't let Dana White see this, boy. It's a wrap. Dana White gets a hold of this. It's up. So the league is called Ultimate Robot Knockout League, or URKL. Reports say teams from China, the United States, Singapore, and several major universities entered the competition, with only 32 advancing to fight for a championship prize package worth around $1.4 million. Wow. So your robots can fight for $1.4 million. And here's what makes it very interesting, okay? Every team starts with the same engine AI, a T800 robot. So this is not about who can buy the biggest machine. You all start from the ground up. The teams have to develop their own AI, movement controls, and fighting strategies. They are basically training identical metal athletes to whose robot has the best hands.
Ooh, that is so tough.
It's kind of hard, bruh. It's kind of hard. Now, I would be extremely excited. Like, I'm excited to see if this goes even further, because this would be very entertaining to watch. Let's not keep it at that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just thinking there's going to be a world where these things advance. They put that silicone skin on it and they make it fight humans.
I could see that.
Okay.
I could totally see that.
I could see that. I think that they're going to be putting these, making people do this right now so that they can start implementing it into the military. They're gonna have these AIs that are already come with hand-to-hand combat already integrated in them, and then you just send them out there on the battlefield. No more humans dying from. I mean, now it would have to be robots versus robots. Hopefully, not robots versus humans. Hopefully,
that does make so much sense, because that reminds me of Pokemon Go. Oh, you guys play this game? Kiki. Low key, you're mapping out your whole, geolocation for us, this company. Great. Mm-hmm. You guys, just make these robots fight. Oh, thank you for coming up with the AI instructions. Now we know the perfect AI instruction to make these fighter bots. That's crazy.
Oh, bro, that's so scary, because now it's like, how do I even go up against that? Y'all just seen that robot literally fighting with its head off. Did y'all see it fighting with its head off?
Gone.
Bro, you could shoot one of these robots and maybe they still moving still.
Still going.
Get up. That's
my
crazy.
man dancing in the ring. Doing some capoeira.
Well, speaking of robots, sort of. This doesn't have anything to do with robots, actually. This has more to do with basically just being in the future. I told you guys back in the 4th of July special that there was going to be clothing of the future, right?
Yes, you did.
South Korea just unveiled new clothing of the future. What do you think?
Oh, that's tough.
It's clothes that can just form to your body all by itself.
Oh, I thought the video was in reverse.
No. Actually, you know what? It probably could be. You know, they can be trolling, but they say this is real. This is clothing fitted with soft robots that can crawl up and wrap around your body.
Man, I'm sorry. Every time I see stuff like this now, I'm just thinking dystopian. I mean, they could probably just wrap you up and then keep you wrapped up or something.
Oh, they throw one at you and then it
just wrap
oh, man. That'd
I'm
be
scared of these robots, man. The new Fear Unlocked.
Oh, no, that's kind of hard, though.
But it is kind of cool.
So this is an experimental system right now, and they made it, was basically a little collab between Korean researchers and U.S. researchers in basically a school in South Korea. And the wearer would not need to pull it on with their hands whatsoever. And they basically said they got this idea because they thought, oh, it would be so cool if, let's say it were raining and you could kind of just get a rain jacket put on you without having to fumble it out and get it all over yourself and whatnot. That was like part of the reason.
So lazy though.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so
He's very
who
lazy.
cares? You just saved what, 3 seconds,
Yeah,
4
this-
seconds?
This is so This is so lazy.
Well, what if it helps older people?
Okay, that's a good
People
one.
with disabilities.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Rehab patients, maybe people who just have limited movements or whatever they might be dealing with. Now, I mean, they haven't said like, what the price on that might be. It's just a prototype right now, but I think it's pretty interesting.
Well, if they wait a minute, because in order for it to even work, you gotta put it on some part of your body. So having a disability, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't. Somebody would have to put it on you for it to. All I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, they said in the published experiments that a robotic sleeve covered an arm in 14 seconds. The jacket took 13 seconds. The pants took 21 seconds.
I bet you I could beat that. Put my pants on.
You
Good
probably
job,
could.
Rondell.
You probably
I bet you
could.
I could beat it. I bet you I could beat it. Put my pants
probably
on,
could.
dog.
You probably
Like
could.
what?
So researchers also envision a version that could maybe put a protective suit on an emergency responder.
It's like those Back to the Future Jordans. You remember?
Oh yeah.
Where they like laced
Up.
themselves?
Yeah.
But that didn't even sell. Those laced up
Yeah,
ones, they didn't sell for real.
Yeah, they did. They sold those.
I mean, they sold
You
them,
talking about
but
the Air
they
Max?
didn't.
You talking about
yes.
the Air Max mags? Yeah, they sold, bro. Those things.
Oh,
sell
you're
for
talking
like,
about the mags. I
those
thought you
sell-
was talking about something
They sell
something
like
else.
those things go for like $20,000.
Yeah.
And I kind of, well, I didn't misspeak, but I kind of misspoke. The rain situation is what if you're on a bike and you
Okay.
want to get the rain jacket on
Oh,
and
without
not
stop.
Exactly.
Hold
wow,
on now.
okay.
That is kind of tough.
Exactly. Now
that
that's
is kind of tough.
kind of like sweetens the deal a little bit.
That's some superhero stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Press a button and just.
I was thinking that was like Batman.
Yeah, that's a
and
super-
when
that's
that
a superhero,
develops,
yeah.
it could be really cool. I mean, clothing of the future. Anyways, okay, so we have got to talk about something that happened during one of Spain's most controversial traditions. You guys have probably seen this, the San Fermin Festival. They do this every year in Pamplona, Spain. So this is basically something that runs from July 6th to July 14th this year. They have parades, they have music, they have all types of things. It's a big ceremony. They run with the bulls. It's the running with the bulls, what it's called. So hundreds of participants try to run ahead of the animals. That's the whole point. But a typical run basically lasts between 2 and 3 minutes. It can take longer if a bull gets separated from the group, but that's this whole shebang. It's very dangerous, obviously. And runners get injured every year, but still people want to do this. I don't get why that is, but the whole tradition developed from the centuries-old practice where they would herd bulls from the countryside into Pamplona's bull ring. But what really has everybody talking about is what happened this year when they got into the ring. So this bull just started going rogue. It got pissed, and then people got mad at the guy who pissed the bull off. So basically, one of the participants pulled and yanked on the bull by the tail, and you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that. Everybody kind of understands that they're doing something very reckless and dangerous, but generally you're not supposed to do something that's going to agitate the bull. So then he was like, ah ha ha, clap, I did it, and everybody just starts attacking that man.
Oh, they jumping him.
Wow.
Because you're not supposed to do that.
He was worried about the bull. He should have been worried about everybody else.
Oh my God.
60 people got injured this year,
He probably was
60?
one of them.
and including people who got like gored and bruised, but they didn't want to do it.
I saw a video of a black dude that did this. He was on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, and they were flaming him
What
up.
y'all doing out there?
Bro, they were flaming him
I
up.
also
in
have
the
a view
comments.
of the part. You know the
Yes.
bull that jumped over the guys and when it was running into the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a POV of that.
This is when it would have been
crazy.
coming into the stadium that you just saw them in. So here's what it looks like when that 2,000 pound bull is running at you and then jumping over you.
Woo! I ain't gonna lie, that's a jump scare.
Yeah.
That's a jump scare. That is a jump scare.
Crazy.
man.
That's what they have going on out there in
Would you do?
This
Would
is
y'all do this?
Spain.
Would y'all do this?
I ain't gonna
Absolutely
lie. I would. I think I would. And I ain't gonna lie. I might be. I don't know if it's okay to do this, but I think I could like grab its horns and like maybe throw it to the side. I don't know. I feel like I could take a bull. I ain't gonna cap to you. I feel like I could just throw him to the
You know
side.
what?
But why?
That's legit with the guy who took with. I bet I could just grab it by the tail and just grab it. And it wouldn't even do anything to me. It's thoughts like that.
You see how that happened.
I mean, yeah, that is true.
You see what happened to that man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it does sound. I ain't gonna lie, it does kind of seem fun. I mean, all those people are there. What's the chances or the odds that you actually are gonna get hit with a bull?
Yeah, man.
I want to see that. It actually says one person that died per year, so nobody's dying from this. I would do it.
But it isn't. Well,
I would die from being not being in shape from running.
yeah. No, the bull would have just passed.
Yeah, the bull.
Would
Yeah,
just passed
well, I'd have passed out.
But I do want to sneak this story in because there was a planet discovered with everything needed to support life like Earth. And it has the people talking.
Yes, it does. Astronomers may have just found one of the best places our solar system to keep looking for life. All right? But nobody pack a suitcase yet. Don't go nowhere. The planet is called LHS 1140b.
Okay.
Yep. And it's sitting about 49 light years away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just, just
49
up the
light
street.
years.
Up the street.
Around the corner.
Yeah. So it's rocky, located in its star habitable zone, and now for the first time, scientists have confirmed that it actually has an atmosphere. The combination is a very big deal because plenty of planets appear to be the right distance from the stars, only for scientists to discover they are basically giant airless rocks. Now, they did not take a picture of clouds floating around this planet. They watched LHS 1140b pass in front of its stars and caught helium absorbing the starlight as it escaped into space. So essentially, they detected the planet's atmosphere because it's leaking.
Oh. Okay.
So it's So it's about 70% wider than Earth and 5 times as massive.
Oh, wow.
And probably has much stronger gravity.
Huh.
How do you have stronger gravity? What does that mean?
Well, you can't jump at all.
You just
Barely,
on the ground.
You barely even walking, boy. That's like your feet. You can't. You gotta lift your feet up with your hands, boy. Good God. It may also be tidally locked, meaning one side constantly faces its sun while the other side lives in permanent darkness.
Huh.
This doesn't sound like any place I want to live at, though.
Yeah, no, that sounds.
I'm good.
These people know something. The fact they just have something new about space. Y'all just finding stuff out there.
49 light years away.
I wonder how long that would take.
I think it was like 70 something thousand years or something like that. I only know because I calculated it.
Just off the dome.
I put the 40 with the
carry the one.
with the one, and then you put that over there. Yeah.
See if we can find this answer in the next 10 seconds. We're not gonna get it.
We'll tell you guys in the
We'll tell
break.
you in the commercial break because we do have to go. We'll be right back with more news.
Years to reach it. 490 years to reach this planet, bro.
That sounds short, bro.
That sounds short.
How many light years was it?
49 light years. It would take 490 light years. Have y'all seen the movie? What's that movie? Interstellar? Not Interstellar. The movie with Matthew McConaughey and his
Interstellar.
Is it Interstellar?
Mm-hmm.
Great movie. Great movie.
Do you think if there's life on that planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have their own Bible?
Like, do they believe in Jesus?
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Do they have their own Bible? Do they have their own
Like religion and stuff like that?
Do they have the same religion as us?
I don't know, man. Are there black people on these earths? That'd be my biggest question.
We're everywhere.
I think so too, to be honest with you.
There's probably Indians on that planet too.
No, for sure.
I know some Indians is probably on.
I think out in the universe, like the multiple human, I think there's multiple black people. I think there's a universe right now where black people were slave masters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think in the alternate universe, white people are the ones that were like, you know.
It's a possibility.
Huh? Yeah, exactly. One of my favorite movies, Interstellar. Yeah, Interstellar is a good movie.
He's the one that made the Odyssey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you more about the movies that he's made. Now the Odyssey is not one to miss, bro.
You haven't even seen it.
But from the reviews,
No.
and the director. I mean, how many?
Who's the
who's
director again?
Christopher Nolan.
Oh, Christopher Nolan. Yeah. Okay.
From all the movies that he's made, that's Bob's.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan goes. He slaps.
I mean, come on now.
He slaps.
I can bank on this one not missing.
Yeah, somebody saw it like at midnight and wrote on Twitter. They were like, "Hey, man, it's everything that this is." Somebody even said, "Line the Oscars up."
Bro, they're probably about to make some Oscars.
That's what they said. Somebody said, "Line the Oscars up."
Yeah,
bro.
KFC Barstool did a review of it, and he was like glowing over
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
Kev on stage.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hot 97 News. We are starting off with a recap of your top stories. And we're starting off with Trump's big, shocking speech last night. So first of all, Trump argued that America's election system is vulnerable to hacking and cheating and foreign interference. He accused several networks of trying to bury his speech because they didn't air it in full. Several of them, anyway, did not air it in full. And in the speech, he accused China of collecting information on roughly 220 million Americans and basically use that information to influence Americans against him back in 2020. He said intelligence officials got a raw, unverified tip that China even planned to create fake Biden ballots and deliberately kept that information from him and Congress and the American people. If I can't get this thing in my ear, I was about to punch the air. So he also claimed that there were more than 278,000 alleged non-citizens on the voter rolls, dead people on the voter rolls, and claimed that Venezuela developed technology capable of manipulating electronic vote totals. Basically said Venezuela figured out how to flip votes from one candidate to the other. Now, the major problem, he didn't give a lick of evidence that any foreign country successfully changed vote totals or that the alleged fake registration actually resulted in people illegally voting, or honestly, concrete proof that the Venezuelan technology impacted the 2020 election. So there was no real proof given. There was a huge document dump, and so people are pouring through it. So we'll see what comes of it. Nobody's been charged. China responded by calling Trump's accusations completely fabricated, just basically intended to smear the country, and they accuse the United States of interfering in other nations. Trump supporters do feel happy that this issue is at least getting addressed and investigated, but they honestly want it to go further. In the meantime, in Iran, the U.S. reportedly struck at least 5 bridges and other roads around a major Iranian port and military hub that's beside the Strait of Hormuz. They're trying to slow Iran and their ability to be able to move troops to and from that city, supplies to and from that city, because they sit there and allegedly watch ships in the Strait of Hormuz and figure out which ones to attack. So U.S. went on them. They reportedly hit an airport, a railway junction, electrical infrastructure that had Iran telling their people in that area not to use their air conditioning use as much, even though it was like 120 degrees, feels like in some areas. Iran then responded, said that they attacked a U.S. Special Operations Center in Syria, killed U.S. troops, captured other U.S. troops, and destroyed U.S. helicopters. CENTCOM said, no, they didn't. Whole thing's a lie. They also showed video of U.S. troops descending and boarding a tanker in the Gulf of Oman, trying to see what was going on there and doing a verification border. Some people say that looked like piracy. Other people felt it showed the U.S. really has dominance over the strait. Honestly, neither side has total control of the strait right now because commercial traffic is at a crawl right now. Before the war, there was roughly 130 ships that crossed daily. Recent reports say that's fallen to like 13 or fewer. Meanwhile, just to end this thing out, Todd Blanche, who is the current acting attorney general, is hoping that he is going to get chosen for the position permanently, but there is a former Justice Department pardon attorney who urged senators not to confirm Todd Blanche because she accused him of firing her for not recommending to give Mel Gibson his gun rights back. So if you missed any part of that, we had a full breakdown of your top stories. That is always going to be at 7 o'clock. It has been moved. So check that out. And of course, you're going to have a recap every day at 8 o'clock. In the meantime, it is time for your daily drop. So we are going to give you a daily drop of just stories happening around the country.
Yeah, so we're going to start this off in Florida because, you know, they always got something going on.
They
But
do.
right now is something that is going on is a little tragic. So a new Everglades wildfire in western Broward County is now burning through more than 4,400 acres, and crews are still working to get it under control. Now, listen, the fire is in the Mill Marker 40 fire started Thursday west of US 27 and north of I-75 and was only about 20% contained as of Friday. That's today. So, smoke from the fire has been visible for miles, with some residents east of the flames even reporting ashes on their cars. Now, no homes or businesses are currently threatened, but officials are warning people with respiratory issues to stay inside and drivers near US 27 to keep their car air on recirculate.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
It just seems like the whole world is on fire
Right now,
What's going on?
literally just said that, yo.
It's either we're on fire or we're drowning.
One of the two.
There's something, bro. Or, I mean, we can even take it back a couple of months ago or weeks ago. The earth is shaking. God is coming back, or he's like really upset with some certain things. You did.
I had to tell y'all, bro. Y'all keep playing with it if you want. Y'all keep playing with it if you want. The end of time, they said all of this was going to happen. Natural disasters are going to, and bro, these are very, very big natural disasters. So yeah, man.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that and continue to let you know where this stuff is going down. In the meantime, boy, that ice situation in Maine is getting messy. So we have basically been trying to update you guys on what happened in Maine. There was an ICE shooting where an ICE officer allegedly shot someone that they were not actually going to after, and that led to protests. It led to the U.S. saying that they were going to briefly stop traffic stops. Okay, so that's the background. Apparently, the ex-wife of the ICE officer in that shooting came out and told the news that he has a history of violent behavior.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So the wife went and just basically told all his business, said that he's an Army veteran and that he has struggled with serious mental health issues since he was basically a child.
Oh, wow.
Including violent behavior, she said.
Yeah.
No.
She didn't want to. That's my thing with these wives and these people, your significant other. Man, I know your significant other can do what they want to do, but at some point you have to talk to the people that are hiring them and go, hey, don't give him this job. All right. For the sake of people, don't give him this job. He is mentally unstable to have this. I'm letting you know this now. I'm telling you this up front. Do not hire him.
Yeah. Is that, but I remember, I think I seen this, that his family member had came out and said he's like been worse since Afghanistan, coming out of Afghanistan.
Yeah, so there are court records actually and family accounts that describe just years of problems, domestic violence allegations, including allegations that he threw boiling water on his ex-wife.
Wow. What?
Allegations he assaulted his daughter, allegations he was the subject of multiple restraining orders, and apparently, because I was thinking, is she just popping off to the news trying to make this man look bad?
Yeah.
But apparently she was talking to AP about this, and she reportedly shared a voicemail with the AP where he allegedly called her disgusting and said women in her bloodline should die and that they should have their throats cut.
What?
And adding that he was not threatening to do it himself, but there it was.
Oh my God.
So the signs were there. The
signs
were
Very
there
much so.
and still didn't. Okay.
Goodness gracious. My man was trigger happy. So out in Chicago, they're going through some things with the Chicago-based company Fairlife. Now, if you don't know what Fairlife is, it's the milk company. I always notify Fairlife as the expensive milk. I stay away from it because it has like brands on it, but it's owned by Coca-Cola.
What?
I'm sorry. I can't do it with this expensive milk,
He
man.
said it's expensive because it got brands on it.
It's expensive. It looks
They all
really
have
nice.
brands on it.
They claim that it's like ultra filtered milk, but it's owned by Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
So right now they're going through something where they had to pause production on the milk that they are actually having out here in the U.S. And they're saying it's because hackers got into the system and apparently had access to certain computer networks. Now, they also went ahead and said that the cybersecurity professionals are currently trying to take care of everything that's going on, but apparently these guys are nothing to play with, because that was earlier on in the day. They're still going through certain things. Right now, though, in the U.S., they stopped production, but they did keep it going out in Canada. So, I mean, this isn't actually affecting anybody's day-to-day right now, because they still have stuff on the shelves it's not really affecting anybody.
Yeah.
But if this does continue, it could get to a point to where it's like, yeah, you can't get the production of this milk from America, or it might be expensive or more expensive. So, yeah.
Hey, you know we're not supposed to drink cow milk.
I stopped actually.
Yeah, we're
Really?
not. Yeah, bro.
Wow.
We're not supposed to drink. I found this out a while ago.
Tried some.
Yeah, we're not. Cow milk is not for humans.
It is very interesting. Like, if you think about it, like, go all the way back, who decided to look at a cow and say, yeah, you know what? That looks
Delicious.
I need to drink that.
Look at them little duds on there. I
did wonder that actually before. Like, who thought to? And you
think they went the first time? That was the first time they did? You think this is the first thing they did? They didn't do that. I'm sorry. They seen that cow and they got at it.
Ooh, some milk.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
I hope somebody clips y'all up.
I'm sorry.
I hope y'all get clipped up. I'm more concerned about why our food supply just seems like it's under attack.
Yeah.
What is going on with the food?
Yeah.
Y'all got Taco Bell lettuce going around. Y'all got all types of diarrhea things. It's like, what is happening right now?
Look, you are not lying. We are still in the doo-doo-demic, okay? We are still in the doo-doo-demic, and Taco Bell is at the center of the parasite outbreak. Yes, the main symptom is exactly as unpleasant as it sounds. Federal health officials say shredded iceberg lettuce from Mexico served at Taco Bell locations in 5 states have been linked to cyclophoria. Am I saying that right? How do y'all say? Cyclophoria?
I had to look at it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A parasite that can cause watery, sometimes explosive diarrhea. Now, the CDC is warning customers in Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, and West Virginia. West Virginia, man, that's their main source of food up there, bro. Taco Bell, you cut that off, bro. What they gonna eat? And so while Taco Bell says it's pulling the supplier's lettuce from the systems nationwide, investigators are still checking whether contaminated lettuce may have reached other states. Because when the CDC starts talking about tacos and parasites, everybody suddenly wants to know who made the salad. And also, in this whole poop pandemic, why did y'all not go out and buy a bunch of toilet paper? I've not seen toilet paper fly off the shelves yet.
Maybe, but maybe they're using wipes, because I try and stay away from toilet paper myself. Or
bidet.
Everybody got bidets now.
Bidet,
Who knows?
yeah,
Who knows?
Not
You
everybody
have
got
a
bidet.
bidet?
No, I don't got no bidet.
That's because you don't have a bidet. Do you have a bidet?
I don't.
Oh,
Y'all think they got a bidet out
I
in
got a
East
bidet.
Point?
Yeah, I ain't got no bidet. I don't have no
I got a
bidet.
bidet.
I got a shower.
Ew.
Yeah, I use the bathroom, get in the shower. No?
Ooh, I
is
know that
crazy.
shower floor is dirty.
Hey, y'all acting up today. Tighten up.
That's you guys. Just saying. I got my bidet off Amazon, so I don't even.
Her bidet shoot up like this. Don't even shoot straight up.
It works. It works.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, wait. But speaking of not working, California just ordered 11,000 drivers to retake their tests. We're talking about the DMV. And you know how mad I would be if I got a notification talking about you got to retake? What do you mean?
After you already got your license?
Right. Well, come find me.
Yeah, facts.
They say that they have to go take the written test again because there were some irregularities that may indicate might have been cheating during the original exam.
Really? And it worked. It's not hard to cheat.
Yeah,
at
who
least
didn't
from when
cheat?
Is it not?
I
mean,
cheated.
with the written test, I mean, you could just look at somebody else's thing. I mean,
Yeah.
they try and have those dividers, but nobody's like studying you.
Oh, that's not how mine. You had to go on like a computer.
Yeah. I went on the computer too.
But you could have been right next to somebody,
Yeah,
right?
I cheated,
You was
but
standing
What
up.
if they were wrong?
But the dude that was like the proctor that was walking around doing the test, like they would whisper in your ear or come.
No.
They would come beside your desk and be like, like, "Hey, are you sure that's right?"
Hold on.
And I'll be like,
What?
I'll be like, "Yeah." He'd be like, "Are you sure it's not this one? Are you sure?" And I'll be like, "No, it's this one." Hey, bro, he did that for like 5 of my questions.
Wait, are you talking about? You should not be on the road.
He did that for like 5 of my questions.
Are you talking about the one where? Because I had to take one like when I was, you know, you got to go through driving school here,
Yeah.
I think in Georgia. That one was easy. Is that what you're talking
Some
about? Or
of
you
the
talking about the one at the DMV?
The DMV, you gotta take both of your tests at the DMV.
No, the
Yeah,
one
you
I
gotta take your permit test at the DMV, and you also gotta take your driving test at the DMV.
the test that I took.
You took it online?
Well, no, I didn't take it online, but there was like a driving school. Like we had to go to a driving school, and then
I didn't
You
go
had
to
a
You had to
whole
go to a driving
classroom.
school?
No,
you had a
no.
you had a whole
well,
classroom.
I was supposed to have a whole classroom. That's a
Dang.
longer story. That does not need to be said on the
You
news.
was in a special needs driving class?
Stop it, dude.
My mom put me in a special needs. I'm not kidding. It was me and one special needs gentleman, and I was mad as all get out. I said, "What did you apply late? How did I end up
They
here?"
picked y'all up on a short bus, said, "Come on, go to class." No,
Goodness, goodness.
It was
Stop.
very nice, but I was so because my brother came back with, "Oh man, the school's so fun. He's so cool because he's older than me." I'm like, "Oh, I'm so excited."
Yeah.
My mom, I guess, registered me late. That was the only one she could get me into, and so just being in special needs, man, I was so
man.
mad. I thought it was gonna be fun. Anyway, that's not having anything to do with the story. So basically, these drivers in California have 30 days to retake and pass a test because the DMV did give them notice. And so anybody who fails the retest or does not finish it within the deadline will basically have their driver's license canceled.
Oh. I think a lot of people out here in Georgia need to go get they retested.
Facts.
And I also think that at a certain age you should have to go get retested. I think after 70 years old you should have to go get it retested to drive.
That's real.
No, they don't want to.
Parallel parking.
No,
how'd
they-
y'all do when y'all did that?
Oh, I failed my actual driving, like the driving portion of the test. I failed that 3 times.
Good.
Yeah.
Dang, damn.
Yeah,
You gotta try hard to
but
fail 3 times.
But the written test I passed every single time.
After
I thought-
somebody was walking behind you saying,
Yeah, I failed it 3 times.
Boy.
The first time I failed it, I ran a red light. Second time I failed it, I couldn't parallel park. And then third time I failed it, I almost like hit somebody.
You ran a red light on the test with the person in the car?
Not a red light, stop sign. But the stop sign was behind a tree, so you couldn't see.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
No, for real. All right.
Ooh, Jesus, they just remind me not to park by you.
Hey,
That's
Exactly.
crazy.
I'm 36. I can drive now. I can drive a long time.
Well, these shuttle drivers out in Atlanta for the Atlanta's airport, Hartsfield Jackson, they're claiming that they haven't been getting paid in certain periods of time. They're saying that their payroll problems they've been had payroll problems for about like 3 years. They've been dealing with late payments, and there's a report that's saying that they got paid through Cash App or they got paid through Zelle. And this is like, they're supposed to be getting checks now. They're getting paid through Cash
That's
App.
crazy.
Most ghetto thing in the world, bro. That is the most ghetto thing in the world,
And
bro.
I hate to say it, it's a black-owned business. It's a black-owned contracting group that is in charge of this. So they're called the Vector Group, and they've been having some things here and there
We
recently.
talked about them. That's
Yeah,
right.
they've been having some ups and downs, and they claim that they got it under wraps now. They got with ADP, and apparently they're saying that they're going to get back to normal pay by July 28th. But I mean, it's like, come on now. The reports is already out. It's too late, man.
That's crazy.
They been getting paid under the table through Cash App and Zelle.
Well, it was under the table. They claimed that it was still. They claimed that it was still taxed. You know, they still was.
Oh, no, I know you're not taxing me and then paying me through Cash App and then Zelle and not direct deposit.
Look, man.
You got me messed up. If you don't
Look,
send me
man.
my whole check,
Look, man.
don't Cash App me and then take some of
He
my
was
money.
like, well, that was taxes.
Yeah, let me take some of my money and no, give me I'll disperse it to the IRS. Don't take my money. Y'all
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That's how I
Yeah,
am for
it's
that
very crazy. It's sad. But Atlanta City Council, they're currently reviewing to see exactly what the payroll issues was. And it's really just a tough situation. I hope they get it under wraps. Because this is a black-owned business.
Because that's what happened in Atlanta. Speaking of airport issues, we have to really kind of talk this one through a little bit more. There was an ICE stop in an airport that had a lot of people looking at the situation funny because the situation was caught on video.
Yeah, it was caught on video. Now, when you look at this, right, there's ICE officers that are in plain clothing. I mean, you can't really tell the difference from them and somebody else that's actually part of the airport. So when they see that these people are stopping an old man, a lot of people started gathering around them. And here's how it went.
You guys are so terrible. You guys are terrible people.
I was trying not to laugh. There's a million that's laughing.
Goodness gracious. So yeah, they started walking away. A lot of people, they already drew attention to themselves, and apparently when they started walking away, the guy still was handcuffed. So he still had a cuff on him even after they started walking away. So it is confirmed that they were ICE agents. A lot of people are saying like, we need to have these people at least having some sort of notification, sort of identification on them. Apparently they didn't have badges or something like that. But the guy that they did end up getting, he was a 57-year-old Australian citizen. His name is Phu Nguyen. He's Vietnamese, but he is an Australian citizen.
Oh, that's weird. I mean,
to be fair, they did stop him because his visa had expired, and I think his visa expired in 2015. I think his visa expired in 2015, so he's been kicking it in the U.S. for a while now.
Like, dog, that's 11 years you've been here chilling, bro. Hey, dog, it's about time. I mean, dog, your luck has run out, my guy. That's 11 years you've been hanging out just like.
At the same time, if people like that came to get me, I'm screaming too.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Who are you people? They look like undercover officers, I guess. But like the fact that they just moseyed on away when it was clear people were filming them, that's so sketchy.
It is very sketchy. I would have been scared too.
I would have been terrified. Am I getting kidnapped?
Yeah, true.
Am I getting trafficked at the airport? This is what they talk about.
And they had masks on also, so
yeah.
it's like, come on now, I gotta see something. And we're trying to figure out exactly what Nguyen was doing at the airport. We don't necessarily know where he was going. Maybe he was trying to get a trip up out of there, but he was a couple years too late.
He could have been going back to Australia.
I mean,
y'all don't know.
I think he was going back to California.
Okay.
Well, he was in Vegas, and he was going. They didn't actually say where his flight was going. Where'd you hear that, Will? Well, he was going back. He was going back somewhere, but his whole entire thing, like I said, it was like he literally was not supposed to be here. So it is kind of weird and interesting when you look at it from that angle. He was supposed to get taken eventually. You can't be sitting around here walking around like nothing is going to happen to you, knowing that people are constantly being taken up and snatched up.
For sure. I just think that ICE, they just need to get some kind of identification, some kind of
Something.
badge. Because that literally looks like how you might kidnap somebody at the airport. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Moving on to sort of our elections, but also kind of a bigger conversation about politics and Democrats and Republicans and why people aren't a fan of the Democrats right now. So Graham Plattner, as we all know, was trying to run in Maine. Graham Plattner basically had his whole career come flashing before his eyes and destroying in like 2 days after allegations came out that he had basically done something abusive to his former partner, like an ex-girlfriend. And that was after a whole bunch of different allegations that just weren't a good look. He was fighting allegations off left and right. And oh my God, he's got a Nazi tattoo. And oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to have a Nazi tattoo. I didn't know it was a Nazi tattoo. And all this stuff that came out about him. And he fought it off until, this one ex-girlfriend of his went on CNN and really detailed all of the abuses that she said she went through. And so now he's going to be replaced. And there was a debate in Maine. 8 candidates appeared in Thursday night's debate, and what really has people talking is one of the candidates. Her name is Ashley Webb, and this is it.
Ran for office several times, didn't win, but I did run. And then I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books, and then I suppose my transparency, I wouldn't lie to the people, and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now. Like.
So, look, man, the question was basically what people were trying to harp on. It just sounded like she didn't have a good answer to the question, like a strong answer. She's basically she was asked why she thought she deserved the seat and blah, 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 blah. But obviously people were looking at her appearance.
I mean, that's the first thing I caught. Like, the voice doesn't match the face. The voice doesn't match the face. Very interesting.
Oh, it matches the face.
It does match face. And that's where I think people have to really think about, y'all are so immature.
That's so crazy. Why'd you say that?
Will said that. I'm chilling. Will said that. I'm not even laughing.
People have to look at these candidates and these stances that the Democrats have in their party. And that's one thing that stood out for me. When we interviewed that one black Republican, I can't remember if he was a business owner, I can't remember what his name was. We interviewed him and we asked him why he was a black Republican and why, what about their party he was drawn to. And that was one of the things he said. The other party just seems like they are very LGBTQ supportive no matter what, when that wasn't something that he necessarily wanted to get on board with. And so, you see this as somebody who's looking for a Senate seat. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how they present themselves. I mean, I do wonder, is that helping? Is that hurting? Does the LGBTQ community look at that and think, oh my God, we're going to get representation? Or do they look at that and think, you're not making us look good because you should go all the way if you're going to, kind of change sides?
You hit it right on the head.
Go all the way. Don't just...
But it's like, it's kind of, you got to send a better representative in general, not like even appearance wise. The answer that they had, I wrote music. I know how to play the guitar. I mean, so that makes you qualified. You gotta. When black people got into politics, they was the most upstanding citizens because you have to be on point. When you're breaking barriers, you have to be on point because they're constantly going to be targeting you. This person failed completely.
Yeah, I don't want to see somebody. If you're LGBTQ and you're trans, I don't want to see you looking like you just grew out your hair and threw on a dress.
Thank you.
I want to see you looking like you are like a bat, like I'm put together.
Yes, and that's facts.
Because that's probably a better representation of the people who want to be trans. I mean,
exactly.
Now you hit it right on the head, Lana. You hit it right on the head because I don't think. Yeah,
it seems very unserious.
Very,
like it was like a mockery almost.
They're going up there as a joke.
Yeah,
they're going up there. All right, look at us. We can do it. Yeah, it looks like a joke.
We can do whatever we want. I wrote books and I song wrote, so now I want to be in U.S. Senate. That's as ridiculous as Lindsey Graham's sister. I mean, we call a spade on both sides. It's crazy.
Yeah, and we're not trying to joke. This is real. I mean, this is serious.
It's a serious conversation. Because the Democrat Party, if this is somebody who's saying and legitimately thinking they can represent you, this is the problem that a lot of people have. Because that doesn't look like somebody who really wanted to, change and be who they are. At the same time, I guess I can't speak for this person, Ashley Webb, but we all know.
Yeah.
Can you actually pull that up one more time? Just the video, not necessarily like what
I
she
ran
said.
for office.
But look at the rest of the candidates. I mean, they
nice.
They look nice.
He got a suit on, and that she look like she got a muumuu on.
This is the equivalent of like Barack Obama going on stage with like a sweatsuit or something like that.
Exactly.
This would be completely disrespectful, and honestly, like you said, they're not taking it serious.
This is very unserious. But
that's so embarrassing.
She ain't had nobody to be like, hey girl, you might want to throw on
something,
high heels, a dress,
maybe hide your arms.
Hide your arms. It's crazy.
I don't know.
Jesus.
Very masculine.
That is.
We gotta go to break.
This fool is wild.
We have entertainment stories coming at you after this.
Leaning like this.
So why not lean the other way?
Because I was chilling looking at the video. How do I copy your drink?
And that's how stuff spread.
Yo, shout out Project
how
Kane.
stuff spread. Oh,
That's
shout out
for
for
you,
the super
Project
chat. Project Kane. Rondell coughing in my drink.
I did not cough in her drink. Y'all don't let her lie to you. I coughed in my arm. Her drink
Rondell
was...
spit
y'all
in
see?
it.
Her
He
drink
literally
was,
just spat in it.
over there.
Did y'all see when he coughed during that? Did you not think to yourself, now that's strange. Why would he lean this way to cough all over the team?
I was already leaning like this.
And my water was open. I had just taken a sip.
No,
Said,
listen. I was already leaning like this. I just so happened to be looking this way. And I said, and then... She over exaggerated shit. I didn't do that like that.
Look at particles in my drink. Look at this.
You basically kissed Rondell.
No, ain't nobody coughing that drink, man. That's all backwash. That's what that is. Trying to make it seem like I did it.
You
yeah,
did.
Right.
Because if I would have, excused myself.
I was already up here though. By the time, if I would have did this, I would have missed the whole video.
Imagine you sitting at a desk with people on one side of you and coughing towards them anyway. Imagine that. That's crazy.
Usually when I cough this way in my arm, but this, I just so happen to be laying like this.
Right when my water bottle was open.
Ain't nobody tell her to take a drink while we was on the
I only had a couple of seconds.
While we was live.
I hate it
Ain't
here.
nobody tell me. Somebody said she got a Speak Easy water bottle.
What?
Speak Easy water bottle. Sure do. The prohibition time. The prohibition time.
I told y'all I'm wait in water.
Oh, that's hilarious, bruh. Is that the same water bottle, Lana? Yeah, you think she got 9 of these?
Who asked that question?
You already know that question.
Why will spit over you?
Man, Super, you are hilarious.
Like got a whole gaggle of a glass jug at her crib, boy.
Whatever.
Super, you are hilarious.
That is hilarious, bro.
Whew, this is a violent place.
Lip chum gets into water. That's disgusting.
I know why, Tony. Disgusting.
I didn't do it. I don't believe her.
Elbow leaned. Lana water bottle is the size of a U-Haul. Welcome back to Hot 97 News, everybody. It is time for your entertainment section of the show, and we can tell you the rapper Designer is facing new domestic violence allegations.
Yeah, Designer cannot seem to keep his hands to himself, allegedly. So, yeah, Designer is back behind bars in South Carolina, and this is his second domestic violence arrest in about 4 months, all right? According to police, the latest incident started with an argument over him taking televisions off the wall, but authorities say it quickly escalated with Designer allegedly grabbing a hammer and smashing 2 cell phones.
Wow.
All right. The woman who police describe as his live-in girlfriend and the mother of his child reportedly ran outside carrying the child and calling for help. She says Designer followed her, threw her to the ground, ripped away her Dior bag, and tossed it over the fence. A neighbor let the woman and the child inside where they locked themselves in the bathroom, but police allege Designer continued outside using a hammer and screwdriver to damage the neighbor's vehicle. What? Boy, don't bring your domestic violence over to my house. Okay,
Yeah.
Facts.
Don't bring that stuff over to my house. Before picking up a wooden chair and throwing it toward a window like he was trying to force his way into the house. Now, when police arrived, they say they found him standing outside with a left hand covered in blood. He was taken to the hospital for treatment and booked into jail.
That's crazy, man.
Yep.
And he's been going through it. He's like had this drama with his significant other and things like that. I remember like not too long ago, he had made a call to the police. TMZ had released it, and it was like him. It honestly made me look at him like, okay, look at him trying to protect himself, because he had called in. She was like trying to say that he was hitting her, but like he called the police apparently, and he was like, yeah, look, I'm not hitting her. I'm not doing anything. So to see this, it's almost like, dang, bro, you just leave the situation. You already made headlines.
Yeah.
If you've been making headlines, don't make any more.
Yeah, he's come. I mean, here's the thing: Designer's come a long way. I think he went through a rehab at one point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, yeah, and he was getting mental health and stuff. I mean, getting mental help and stuff like that. So it's sad to see when an artist at one point they were at their pinnacle.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Designer was everywhere. Panda was the hottest. The Timmy Turner song was there. I mean, everything was like you couldn't get hotter than Designer. You know what I mean? So it's sad to see the downfall of an artist when, in my opinion, stuff like this happens, because they're searching for that rush again of being on the spotlight, and they yet to get it again. And so it probably eats away at them inside, and they don't know how to lash out their feelings or lash out their emotions. And usually they take it out on to, the people that they love the most.
But women is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
It just, what do you want to like slap a kid? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah.
why would you, if I'm going to have anger issues, at the very least, go after a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't just punch down. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think what
Allegedly.
it is, allegedly, what I think it is though is that he hit it too fast, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people want to get fame and get riches really fast. This is probably like the flip side of it, because you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna be trying to want to get it again, and oftentimes you're never gonna get there again. We seen Lil Nas X. He peaked. And then he fell as fast as he got up there. So take your time, slow things down.
But also the drugs and the alcohol will do it too.
Amen.
Let him do it.
Let's not forget. You get into these situations and in this atmosphere of like the celebrity atmosphere, and it's nothing but drugs and alcohol. And you either allow yourself to get sucked into it, or you tell yourself, this is not me. This is not who I am. This is not where I need to be at. And I want to stay focused on what the task is at hand, where I'm trying to go at. Or you can, get sucked into it and fall victim, which I mean definitely happened. Designer says it multiple times, so it definitely happened. But it sucks. It sucks. This is not his first one. This is his second one. And yeah, so he got out on, but he was already out on bond, and he has another domestic violence case pending already as an end from the same woman.
Dang, man.
Yeah, she needs to go.
Go.
At this point. This
Leave.
is,
What are we doing?
Just separate. Yeah, that's a lot. In the meantime, Adam Silver is really putting the pressure on LeBron for a decision on where he's going to be playing this coming season.
Yeah, man. This decision is really big. All right, this decision determines whether how they calculate the schedule for this year. So, it's the NBA commissioner Adam Silver says it's affecting the league schedule. The NBA is trying to plan the opening week, Christmas Day, national television games, but they need to know where LeBron is going first. All right, LeBron has already said he's not going back to the Lakers. He has already said farewell to the Lakers. But here's the thing. LeBron is on his own time. Okay? He's going to give us his announcement when he gives us his announcement. But LeBron was late. I think this was yesterday. He was just at the Fanatics Fest in New York and to record his podcast, The Shop. And Tyrese Halliburton asked him a question on stage. And here's what LeBron had to say. What's this?
Join a franchise that kind of shares the same, Bible as myself, and that's like practicing championship habits every day, but trusting the process more than anything. I think you trust the process of actually getting to that.
Pause it, Will. Pause it. Now, I know you're probably like wondering like why everybody kind of got
the process.
I know you're probably wondering like, oh my God, why? So Joel Embiid, aka the process. All right, so they take the process, trust the process.
No.
So everybody is like up in arms, but later on in the video, LeBron James literally is like, hey, it's just a saying. Y'all relax, calm down. I don't know what y'all getting up in arms about. I'm just and then he says it like 3 or 4 more times. Trust the process, trust the process. So, but LeBron also made an Instagram post a while ago that literally had Timberwolves up under his
Are
picture.
these all these are related?
These are all teams that he could possibly go to.
Who's the process?
Trust the process. Joel Embiid, who plays for the Sixers.
Okay.
Yeah, so Joel Embiid plays for the Sixers, aka the process. That's his nickname.
Okay.
All right, but his also when Joel is playing in Philly, like they say, trust the process because Joel Embiid is their star player, one of their star players.
Okay.
So it's like when he kept saying trust the process, that threw a little, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to this team.
I'm going to the Sixers, potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially.
That's such a bad move, in my opinion, though, because, I mean, he said that he wants a team that's practicing championship habits. What other team has championship habits than a team that's already been to the championship?
True.
And won.
True.
If we look at Steph Curry, go to Golden State.
True.
They've already won. They know how to be champions. Why go to a whole new team that has failed constantly? I mean, we've seen them fail many different times.
I just don't, I don't really follow basketball, but obviously I know LeBron James, and I don't really understand why he doesn't want to. I mean, I guess I know he's tried. Just go to a team that's not just known for winning. like Tom Brady did. Like, why not be so excellent that you can boost a team up instead of just saying, well, I just want to go on a team that's going to win even if I'm not there. Couldn't your talents be used somewhere else and then you could boost, like really make something of a different team? They don't need you.
Here's the thing. I think LeBron is giving himself, in my opinion, this is how I'm thinking if I was LeBron. I'm going to do one more year playing. He's 41 years old. I play one more year. I retire after this year. If I win a championship, I leave. If I don't, then I might play another year. That's how I'm thinking if I was LeBron. So if I was LeBron, I would go to a Cleveland or shoot, I will only go to Cleveland
because they're gonna win? Or
Cleveland has a good chance of winning. They went to the playoffs this year, man. You know they got knocked out by the Knicks, but you know it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, why not go for an underdog? Not underdog where like it's obviously you're gonna lose underdog, but the underdog is in. We could probably definitely win, but it's not obvious. And if we win, which we have a real shot at winning, I can be that boost to get them over that edge versus just like, oh, I'm going to go on a team that they're going to win regardless, probably.
Yeah, it's that, but like he's like old, you know. I hate to say it, he can't carry a team like he used to back in the day. We saw it in 2018. But don't quit now.
What's the point of even go? If I'm just too old to really carry a team, I just stop
Because
playing.
LeBron is not. LeBron still is. He puts up numbers still to this day at 41 years old. He still plays like a 30-year-old. I ain't gonna say he played like a 20-year-old. He still plays like a 30-year-old.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm scared to see LeBron leave. My whole entire life, I've seen LeBron James in the league. He went into the league in 2003. I was 3 years old. Bruh, I've only known LeBron James in the league. I don't know what life is going to look like with him out. I hate to say it.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. And the only reason they're and I found this out recently. The only reason they're banking, like holding up until LeBron makes his decision is because the NBA has a contract with Disney, Hulu, and so what they're trying to do, all of those games, like the Christmas game, the New Year's, I think it's like the New Year's Eve game, not the New Year's Eve game, the Christmas game, the national opening week game. All those games are contingent on LeBron because whatever team he goes to, those are going to be the games that get played on these days. So those are whatever team he's going to get more national television games.
So it's got to be a good.
It's got to be
okay,
exactly. So whatever team he goes, going to have a Christmas game. LeBron's played in 29 Christmas games.
Okay.
Yeah. So it should be interesting.
So we will see where he goes. In the meantime, Post Malone is kind of teasing getting back into the hip hop game, and he got flamed immediately.
As he should.
Not
gonna allow it.
Not
gonna allow it.
Post Malone has some bops.
Not gonna allow it.
He does have some bops.
Not going to allow it. Post Malone, do not bring them braids back. Do not bring them back. You stay where you're at in that country music, dog. You chose your bed. Now you lay in it. You used us to get to where you wanted to get to, and then left. Am I right or am I wrong?
You know what's funny? I did not know he even went to country. I only know him from his.
Really?
I had had no idea what he was up to.
Oh,
did a whole flip on
whole flip.
Wait a minute. Is that why he was in that beer commercial with that other country star?
He's been doing beer commercials with Bud Light. He has a Bud Light sponsor now.
It was Bud Light, yeah.
He has a Bud Light.
That makes so much sense.
He has a Bud Light sponsor. So Post Malone, he recently just posted a video in the studio of him smoking. I can't post the video because it has his actual song in it, but he was smoking, drinking a beer, and vibing to an unreleased sound song to, a sound that is closer to White Iverson. It sounded a little bit like the White Iverson more than the country music that he's having. So he then posted a confirmed, and he posted something that confirmed the single, but somebody had to ask him. They wanted to ask him, Post, are you rapping again? And here's his response to that question.
Are you ever gonna go back to rap? Like, are we ever gonna get a rap album again?
He was never a rapper.
Like,
he's a musician.
Thank you.
You like the country, right?
We take
you want to sign that cup for me?
I tell you what, we've been in the studio working very, very hard.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Damn! I love you so
and
bad.
There's a lot of awesome. That's all I can say.
This is your hand.
What is that accent? Wait a minute.
Hello?
I did not know. Oh my God. That's
bruh.
Who was that?
He has been portrayed. He used the black people, the black culture to get to where he wanted to get to, and then left us and said, you know what? Because this has been something with a lot of white artists when they get into hip hop and they go, I'm gonna use hip hop. Machine Gun Kelly, for example. Machine Gun Kelly used hip hop. Machine Gun Kelly's a great artist, by the way. Used hip hop to launch his rock career. To launch this, you know what I'm saying? Post Malone used his rap career to launch his country career, which he really wanted to be a country artist.
Then why did he go with the face tats? You kind of went too far.
Well, there's a lot of
There's
country.
a new country.
Yeah,
That's the new country
That's
thing.
new.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, Jelly Roll. I mean, I don't know.
That's the
Jelly
only
Roll.
one I knew of who had face
True,
tats.
true.
I just think that we got to learn. Stop inviting everybody to the cookout. I mean, we always so excited when we see white people doing a little shuck and jive, a little dance. Oh, you got a little rhythm, and then we let them in, and then they use us, and then go somewhere else.
I agree.
We got to stop it.
I agree with you, Million, 100%, especially with Post. I was never a fan of Post Malone just off the pure fact of like how he was. I ain't gonna say he was using the black scent or he was demonizing the black culture or using the black culture to get where he wanted to, but he literally was. He was taking everything about the black culture and then flipping it on us and then going, oh, I don't need you guys anymore.
Has he ever given a reason for why he flipped?
No.
Did he have any kind of awakening?
I heard him say that he was getting a lot of hate at one point in time from us, and it's like, I mean, who cares?
Hold on. Then you just go where you are appreciated.
Right. So don't come back. You stay over there.
No, yeah, don't come back.
Don't ever come back.
But at the same time, you can't on one hand say you used us. Well, we bullied you away, but it is what it is. But
scurry on.
Okay, well, you can't have it both ways.
No, take your cornrows out. Go back to where you were.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I do agree. You can't come back.
I said, hey, bro, and that's what the whole internet is saying. Like, yo, we aren't accepting you back in the hip hop world because it's like, yo, you turned your back on hip hop to go country where you really wanted to go, and if you really wanted to stay in the hip hop, you would have did, what a Jelly Roll did. Jelly Roll does country and hip hop. He still raps and he still sings, but it's like, yo, even Jelly Roll is another instance where it's like, yo, you were a huge hip hop star. You were rapping like crazy, and then you switched on this and went to country.
Well, they go where their audience is.
Eminem, I will give it to you. He ain't never switched up.
Facts. That'd be weird to see him.
And I'm not even an Eminem fan. And Eminem, you ain't never switched up. You kept it solid. You have kept it solid with hip hop this entire time. You ain't never once said, "Man, I sure would like to go do some country music." Never. Respect it.
Well, listen to this. Totally different topic, but very interesting. Did you guys know? Or did you guys see that a man allegedly broke into the Today Show looking for Al Roker?
Y'all better leave Al Roker alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Imagine coming to work and on the Today Show getting ready to talk weather and morning headlines, and then suddenly a stranger inside an employee-only section of the building is looking for Al Roker. What did Al Roker do to you? You know what I mean? So police say 41-year-old Andrew Truelove slipped through security by following an NBC employee who had just scanned into a restricted area. So he did not storm onto the live set while the camera was rolling, but he got close enough to Studio 1A that he eventually came face to face with Craig Melvin.
What?
Yeah, right? Out of all the people that come face to face with Craig Melvin.
That's just crazy that he actually found one of the on-air talent. That's crazy.
It's wild, right? So prosecutors say Truelove was demanding to know where Al Roker was, then called Craig by name and allegedly shouted a racial slur at him. Craig is black. I should have showed that picture of him. Craig Melvin is black. Craig's response may have been the calmest part of the entire story. He reportedly looked at the man and said, "That's what you wanted to get arrested for?"
Wow, good job.
That's crazy.
That's what you want to get arrested for?
So
okay.
I'm assuming it was
So according to prosecutors, the man basically admitted that using that slur against a famous black person was something he had wanted to do. So yes.
Oh my gosh.
He allegedly snuck into 30 Rock, bypassed security, and caught 2 felony hate crime charges, all to accomplish the dumbest item imaginable on someone's bucket list.
Why Al Roker? That's the most random.
Out of all the black people in the world, Al Roker.
Do y'all remember when y'all might not be old enough? Remember when Al Roker was on the Proud Family?
Yeah.
Back in the day?
Yeah, bro.
This little episode, that's my first interaction with Al Roker. Al Roker has been in this game forever.
I remember when South Park used to make fun of Al Roker.
Really?
Yeah.
For what? What would he do?
Al Roker's just a big black. He was big and black at one point. Like big,
okay.
he was a big
yeah,
black.
he used to be fat.
Yeah.
I forgot he was fat.
He got his stomach stapled and he shrunk up.
Shrunk up.
Like a raisin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Always wears those glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know Al Roker.
Al Roker, hey, bro. Al Roker was funny, bro. But yeah, this is nuts. So.
Okay, so we'll have some stories for you guys. Will, how long are your stories going to take?
They're short. They're just real quick videos.
Okay, so then I think we can get Shane Gillis is having a huge comedy show here in the country.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
Yeah. Pennsylvania, actually. So Shane, this is where he's from. So shout out to Shane Gillis. I mean, as a comedian, this is what I strive to do. This is where I want to be at. This is happening actually tonight at Financial Field. Shane Gillis is setting a record. 60,000 people.
And he already hit it? Like, he got the tickets sold?
He's setting it tonight. Tonight is
sold out.
So he sold out.
Oh, sold out, yeah.
60,000 people. Shane Gillis has just set that record.
Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart haven't hit that?
Dave Chappelle did Philly Stadium. He did the Philadelphia, which was like 53,000.
Oh, man.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, he hasn't, Tommy. He hasn't sold it out yet.
No,
Okay.
wait, what?
No, Tommy said
no,
he hasn't.
he just said no. I didn't know what no meant.
Yeah, no, man, he hasn't sold it out. Yeah.
So he is the first person to ever sell 60,000.
It's projected to sell 60,000. He hasn't sold. We haven't got the final numbers back yet. But yeah, Kevin Hart packed out approximately 53 people at the same stadium.
53,000.
53,000. But Kevin Hart's stage was. You only had a certain amount of seats, so you had the stage, but you had seats behind the stage. Mm-hmm. Shane Gillis is in the middle of the stadium.
Okay.
And and mind you, this is not an arena. Okay, I just want to let y'all know it's a difference between arenas and stadiums. This is stadium seat way more than arenas do. This is 360 degrees, a circle stage. That means everybody in the entire stadium has
And
a
also,
seat.
he's playing while the smog from the smoke from the Canadian fires are still in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, it's open?
Yeah.
Stadium's open? Oh, my gosh.
So, Financial Field, shout out to Shane Gillis. I think you have inspired every comedian because this is something that I think every comedian dreams to do, especially me. I would love to do a 60,000 seater with people screaming my name and I'm telling jokes. So, this is dope. I commend you, man. This is dope. So, yeah, we were probably going to see a bunch of clips from this eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Shane, man.
Shout out. And also, shout out to the movie The Odyssey. Did you guys plan to see that?
Yes.
Bro, if you can get a hold of it, I mean, it's probably going to be sold out. And
Yeah.
I've heard that. So so Christopher Nolan, he's one of the best directors that's out there now, and he's worked on multiple different movies total. So when he came out with this Odyssey, everybody knew he was gonna, be really good. But apparently, he's breaking his own records with this. They're saying that this is projected to be his highest rated film that he's had, and that says a lot because he's had a lot of movies that's really good, like Oppenheimer broke records with that. Interstellar, he did Interstellar. He did Batman Begins, Dunkirk. I feel like I'm forgetting another big one, but he's a really good movie director in total, and I think it's projected to be like 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. So people are willing to see this, and I've heard that the best experience that you're gonna have is going to see it on IMAX.
I literally saw a post explaining the difference of going to see it in IMAX versus other screens.
It's just, I mean, the whole entire experience is just huger. You feel more immersed in the movie, and I want to get into there. I don't necessarily know if I will be able to because, I mean, again, this movie's projected to make numbers. I think it says they're projected to make around like almost close to $1 billion, like $750 million worldwide. So people are expecting this to be like a really good movie and breaking records. Also, it's 3 hours long.
It is 3. What is it? So what's the synopsis on the movie? Do you know the synopsis on Odyssey?
Like what it's about or how it's, I mean, so the Odyssey is a story that's been one of the Homer's, the Odyssey is one of the longest stories told in human history.
Yeah.
So
it's
I mean, some people
oldest story found on
exactly
text.
like people
it's
really
the oldest known story of mankind.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So people have been past this. Yeah, people have been passing this down for generations, and there's been multiple reiterations of it. I think in the 50s they ended up making a movie on it also, and it's just about this guy who's Greek. His name is Odysseus, and he has to go on a journey. They call it an epic, and a lot of times they call it the epic because it's like an epic journey that he's making across the world. He goes and fights through monsters, and I think he's trying to get back home to his family. So it's one of the oldest known movies ever, and for Christopher Nolan to have gotten this probably means the world to him.
Yeah, I've seen multiple people online that have already seen it last night when 12 o'clock when it first came out that have said, go ahead and get the Oscars ready. Go ahead and put him aside because they said this is about to be Oscar worthy.
But you know what? Like I would, okay. So first of all, I was thinking like, I was just saying the other day, they don't make movies like this anymore.
No.
Like where you're kind of looking at something that's ancient Egypt or just showing like a time in Greece, a time in ancient Rome or whatever the case may be. So I think it's really cool. I really would like to see new storytelling though.
Yeah.
I mean, we do keep recycling the same old stories and people have done this before. You know what I mean?
That is true.
So it's like, can we get none of y'all right anymore?
Yeah, I feel you.
So it's a star-studded cast though. They got Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, and John Leguizamo.
They got Lupita?
Yeah,
Ooh,
Lupita. I'm really excited to see this.
Is Zendaya in that film, or was she just
I
supporting
heard she
Tom
was.
Holland?
Think
I didn't know
She is
because
in
I saw she's in it.
Yes.
Is she a
Yes.
siren or something?
She's in it. Elliot Page is in it.
Yeah, Tom Holland got her the role.
Got her the role?
Yeah.
No way.
I saw her in the interview. She said, "Yeah, Tom Holland came back with the script. We were reading the script together, and Tom Holland came back and said, "Hey, how would you, want to?"
What?
Hey, that's the beauty of having a married to that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Scratch one hand, scratch. And they're both A-list actors, so they
A-list.
can both do that and still have a banger movie.
Come on now.
That's crazy because they're both in Spider-Man together. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so it is time for our producer surprise.
So I came across this traditional Chinese sport that I discovered through Instagram. I want to share it with you guys.
Traditional Chinese sport.
It's called synchronized plank shoe racing.
You know what?
Interesting.
The Chinese, let me tell you something about these Chinese.
What?
They are synchronized now.
They are synchronized.
They're on another level. And I just feel like they're trained. They're built different in that part of the world.
This doesn't just show that they're built different. This looks
you
stupid.
know how much coordination you have to be on to not trip, fall, still run fast. I mean, that's not
crazy.
nothing.
This looks suspect. I'm not even gonna lie. Imagine
Suspect.
somebody falling. You know how many times they had to practice? And it's a whole bunch of guys. They all running, and one person.
They not
falls.
thinking like that. Man.
They falling right on top
They're not
of each
as
other.
immature as you.
This
They're not
is
as immature as
suspect.
you.
This is suspect.
Nobody's
This is
thinking like
stupid.
that.
This is stupid.
But this requires real teamwork.
Yeah, it
and
does.
Synchronicity,
Oh my God.
That's what he said. Yeah, put me onto the culture, man. He's South Korean. But you know what? I could see South Koreans possibly also being good. I could see the Japanese also
Maybe.
being.
I've never
Do
seen
they
this
all
before.
play against each other?
I have
you've
no
never.
idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I just discovered this.
Well, run against each other. Man,
Is this in the Olympics?
No, it's
Nah,
not
it
an
can't be
Olympics,
an
bro. This ain't good. This is not a good sport. Nobody else wants to do this.
They
I
are
hate to say it. Nobody else wants to
doesn't
do
wanna
this.
do it.
I don't want to do that.
I think they're preparing to run against those robots
They might be.
because they have the robot races in China as well.
Y'all remember them races where you had to tie your legs together back in elementary
Yes.
school?
Okay.
Boy.
I've never done it, but
you talking about I never wanted to get linked up with this one kid, bruh. I don't remember this. And this dude, bruh, he was the worst. He was so unathletic, and I would always get linked up with him when we would do it. I don't, 'cause nobody else wanted to link up with him.
All right, I got one more video.
Oh, you got another video?
Yeah.
You didn't pick up what I was saying.
No, I got it.
Somehow you and the worst kid
I got
always
it.
end up together.
I got it.
Okay.
This is a karate class demonstration. Now imagine you dropping off your kids at this karate class.
Okay. Oh, this man needs to go to prison.
This was titled Apples and Concussions.
This man needs to go to jail immediately.
That's one way to make applesauce, boy.
Oh my God.
And that's not even an apple. You know how hard an apple is? What is the goal of this? Neck strength?
He's slapping it.
Boy, if I'm the dad, I gotta beat Joe.
Oh, hey.
I gotta beat the brakes off you after this. Oh my God. He's living his dream. This is sick. We gotta go, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Mero. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all. That's
Let's
it.
go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms.